All right, guys. Now we're going to talk about lifestyle, which is the last part of the Fab Four. Okay. So, lifestyle and really what that means. So, an example that I have of lifestyle, guys, is if think about, I've mentioned this before in the course, being a drug dealer, right? Again, being a drug dealer, I'm not suggesting that you go and do that. I'm actually against that. But again, it's a proven business. Okay, it will give you the time freedom that you want because of the income that it produces, right? But for most people, and it should be for all people, it is not the lifestyle that you are wanting to live, okay? And that's why this last part of the Fab Four is so important, guys. You can check off all the first three boxes, proven time and income, but if you can't check off this last box for lifestyle, then do not do it. I promise you that it will not last. You may make money, but it just will not last. Okay, guys? So whatever that is, right? If you are a married person, right, and you have a spouse and you love your spouse, you probably shouldn't, right, choose a job that's going to jeopardize that, right? That doesn't fit that lifestyle, right? Maybe you have children, you have a wife. You probably shouldn't be, at again, and this is me. I'm telling you my personal opinion. May or may not matter to you, but for me, if I'm a married person, which I am, and I have 5 children, I probably am not going to go work at a nightclub being a private dancer, or somebody that's going to go and do that and kind of, because to me that jeopardizes my relationship. Again, for you it may be different. So again, this is nothing against anybody. No need, not attempting to offend anybody. I'm just saying that you have to make sure whatever it is, and this is the beautiful part of business, it just has to fit your lifestyle. I can tell you about my lifestyle, but again, in the end, what's going to matter is your lifestyle, because you're going to be okay with things that I'm not okay with. But you just have to make sure whatever venture it is that you're okay with it. I remember I had a friend that she didn't like drinking alcohol, right? And then she started working for a company that sells alcohol, and it was hard for her, right? Because there was this conflict, right? So even that, guys, even things that may seem small like that, if there's that conflict of interest or that conflict of your morals and your values, again, that are specifically and individually yours, don't jeopardize that. Okay, don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to be doing things that you don't want to be doing or you don't believe in. It's just like, being a part of a campaign of a presidential candidate or somebody that's running for office that you don't believe in. You're not going to have a good time doing that, guys. Same goes for business. No matter what it is, if it's against your values, if it's against the lifestyle that you want to have, guys, then don't do it. Okay, you're just going to, it's not going to last a long time. Okay, so I'm going to share something now too that's more personal and close to home, guys. And again, I just want to make sure you guys understand the context, or why I'm bringing this up, because I want you guys to understand part of my journey, so you can understand what I mean by this. For me, um, lifestyle was different. I thought that I wanted something, but then I quickly found out, once I had it, why it was so different. Okay, so I remember, and I'll share this, guys. And again, I don't mean to share this to boast or anything, but this is, we built a multi-million-dollar home. Okay, we built this home. We love this home, and we've been living in it for over 2 years now. Okay, and I remember I used to think that this is everything that we ever wanted. I've built all these businesses. I built all this income. Again, rewind. I came from a two-bedroom cinder block home with my 9 siblings. That's how I was raised. And I remember as I was going throughout this journey for the last 13 years, thinking, someday I'm going to build a forever home with my wife, and we're going to have children. We're going to have a really happy family, and I'm going to be able to provide for them this lifestyle that I thought was what we really wanted, right? And I just saw a lot of the people that were uber successful, that were doing great things in their life. A lot of them had the big homes, the nice cars, and all of that. The big home to me meant something a little different. The big home to me meant that this would be a lifestyle that I can create, that I can share. I volunteer quite a bit in our church. I have, again, so many siblings, and my wife comes from a family of 8 children as well. So in my mind, I thought, you know what? The reason why I want to have the big house is I want to be able to do something to where I can tell all of my family members that, hey, we're gonna have a family reunion. You guys all come to my place. Don't worry about anything but just getting here. And if you can get here, we'll provide the food, the housing, everything. We will no longer have to go rent, hotel rooms or a cabin or a big house or whatnot somewhere else. If we can all come here, let's save all that money and let's just spend that on having fun. Okay, so we built this home, and it was everything we ever wanted, right? We got a home office, we have a gym, we have a workout area, we have 8 bedrooms. I don't remember how, but it's about 12,000 square feet, plenty of room on an acre and a half. And we built this for the purpose of being able to provide a place, a sanctuary for people to come and be happy. Okay, this is the lifestyle that I wanted for my family. So we did this, and something interesting happened after we were done building this house. So we finished building this house, and I remember distinctly thinking, man, for some reason, after we had my family reunion here, we had my wife's family reunion here, we had all this stuff going on the first summer that we lived in our house. People were here swimming. We had our youth groups here. At times we had, 100, 200 people here hanging out and playing and having the time of their lives. And I remember once everybody went back to school, I had a feeling of, man, it feels so empty now, right? Because we were so used to having so many people in here. And my children, mind you, out of all the bedrooms that we had in the house, my children decided that they wanted to stay in one bedroom. So they all sleep, and continue to this day, sleep in one area of the house, in one of the big bedrooms, because they love being together. And I quickly realized that, lifestyle, guys, and what I'm trying to explain is lifestyle is always going to change. It's always going to morph into what at that given time. For where we were at, we thought that this was the lifestyle that we wanted, but we quickly realized that for our children it was a little bit different. Well, a lot of it different. They didn't care too much for the actual house, but they loved the association and having a lot of friends and family around. And we realized that they wanted something maybe a little bit different, maybe a little bit more. So one night I remember we got together as a family, because we do this often. Every Monday night or Sunday night, we'll get together and we have something called Family Home Evening. And we just sit and we talk, we chat, we discuss family matters, events, what's going on in everybody's lives. And I remember we talked about, we were explaining to my kids the difference between, temporary happiness and then true joy, right? Because I believe those are two different things. And I remember I asked my children, I said, hey, now that you understand the meaning of true joy, okay, what is it that brings you that true joy? Out of anything we've done in our lives together as a family, when did you ever feel this true joy that we're talking about? Okay. And I'll stop the video here. But we asked them, said, when did you feel true joy in your life? Okay. And I remember distinctly all of my children saying similar things. They said, well, Dad, we love when we're out with our cousins. We love when we go on a trip, right, with our family, just us, when we're here, when we go somewhere. And again, sometimes before this, I would think that, maybe they're going to say, maybe our trip to Hawaii, maybe our trip to here, to there, but a lot of times they were mentioning trips where we drove like 3 hours down the road, and stayed in a hotel and we were just together. And they said that that's when they feel the most joy. And guys, the reason I'm bringing this up, okay, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I just want you guys to understand that lifestyle is so important, okay? Important to the point where, really, at this point in our lives, we've actually decided to make a few changes to our lifestyle as well. We're actually moving to that small island where I was raised, right? Because my children want to have that experience, and I want my children to have that experience. I'm realizing that staying in one place and in one big home isn't going to give them that true joy that they really like, So we're going to travel to Samoa, to New Zealand, where I'm from, and they'll be able to take schooling in both of those locations and learn. And moreover, be happy and realize true joy and the true lifestyle that they would love to have, that they can be happy in. And that's what's most important. So in this whole um, grand scheme of things, in this business world, guys, you have to remember that in the end, you got to live the lifestyle that's going to make you the most happy. And if you don't believe this, guys, you don't have to look anywhere any further than looking at celebrities. And celebrities, they make all this money. Everybody thinks life is so great, but then you wonder why a lot of them get addicted to drugs and substance abuse and stuff. And a lot of them, after a while, they'll willingly disappear and start their families, And I see this happening in celebrity after celebrity after celebrity, All the money in the world, guys, isn't going to make you happy or fulfilled or feel full joy in your life. You're going to have to decide for yourself. And I'm telling you, and I'm inviting you guys to do that right now. I'm challenging you guys to do it right now. Okay. And also understanding that it may change when you get to that point where you're making so much money that you can do whatever you want and have whatever you want. Just understand, guys, that lifestyle in this thing should start right now. Okay. If you're a good person and you want a good lifestyle, cater your business ideas and your business decisions to that lifestyle. Okay. You can't be a good person or seek a good lifestyle by cheating everybody, robbing from banks, doing drugs, dealing drugs, and all of a sudden think that that's going to lead you to a really good life and lifestyle, for you and your family. You can't do that. It's just not going to work. So all I'm saying, guys, and I'm spending a lot of time on this because to me, it is very, very important. Now that we've gotten to a point where we make enough, we have enough, we're very happy, we can travel, we can do what we want. I'm telling you right now that that lifestyle is very important. You should start there, okay? Start there, okay? Find your proven business. Make sure that that it's going to give you the time freedom that you need, okay? Make sure that it is going to give you the income that you need until you get to your next venture, right? And then ultimately, guys, make sure that every venture that you touch fits the lifestyle that you want for your family at this given moment, okay? That lifestyle that you really want to provide for them, make sure your businesses match that, okay? So I'll leave it at that, guys. I mean, really, I wanted to make sure you guys understood the Fab Four, and I want this ingrained in you guys. Do not ever say, oh, here's a business, it's a great idea, let's start it. No, never. I don't care how good a business is doing. Make sure that you take it through the Fab Four because you need to make sure that it fits you, okay? Just because it works for somebody else and they make a lot of money and they look like they're happy, it doesn't mean that it's going to have the same effect on you. If you take it through the Fab Four, and if you're honest about yourself, okay, if you're honest to yourself, rather, you will make sure that everything fits you all the way down to the type of lifestyle that it's going to provide for you. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening. I am excited to get to this next chapter, next section. But great job, guys. Let's go ahead and get started on this next chapter.